welcome to another roundtable with children between 10 and 16 years old. And as we were working together in the last couple of days in a little seminar and vocal lessons, one of the subjects that were always coming back up and was very interesting was voice combined with instrument, vice versa. How much does a vocalist have to know about an instrument? And all these questions that are closely related to that. So who wants to start? Go ahead, that's Tamiko.
How much do I have to know about my voice?
Well, you're about, 10 years old now?
Yes.
And I believe you should know a lot, very much about your instrument voice, as much as possible. Because everybody that studies an instrument, and voice is nothing but an instrument, has to know as much as possible. Like a guitar player has to know what kind of strings to put on a guitar. A piano player has to know what key is what note. So why do a vocalist not want to know everything possible about your voice? The way it feels, the way it works, the way you have to treat it right, and the way you have to train it best. So as you grow older, you will understand more and more the anatomy and all the difficult words that go along with it. As in now, just keep asking questions and don't be satisfied with not knowing what's going on with your voice. But also stay very, very interested in other instruments. As you started playing piano, which I appreciate a lot, that's very good. So you keep asking questions about that instrument as well. Okay?
I play piano and drums in bands, and sometimes I feel singers are ignorant.
Ooh, that's a tough word.
Yes, and I'm only a singer, and sometimes it's difficult for me to understand the people in a band and when they talk about instruments. Notes and stuff.
Okay, why do you think it is like that? So you only know about your voice. And like Tamiko said, you trained that very nicely. As I was following up for the past 2 years, you learned a lot. However, you have to learn about other instruments as well. Especially like you do it now, you start working with instrumentalists. Like Jenny appreciates a lot when a singer knows a little bit about what's going on an instrument. Like when she talks about we go on a break and you say like, what's a break? You mean a coffee break? Is the coffee ready? Or cake or tea or Coke? That is not very cool. She wants to know that you speak the same language. So as you go on as a vocalist, also follow up her example. Go ahead and sit down on an instrument like piano or keyboard and just go ahead and see what's going on in the songs. You know what? Your musicians will really appreciate if you come into a band rehearsal and you know what they're talking about, and you can also tell them, well, this is kind of high for me. Can I transpose it in a different key? Go and talk to your vocal teacher. Ask her, go ahead and show me some more, a little bit on the piano. You have a piano at home. I know you can study a little bit. It's very important as you go on in your career. How old are you now?
13.
13. So you have a long ways to go until you have to prove that you're really, really good. So just go ahead. Right now you're a kid and you have plenty of time to study your instrument, both voice and your piano, for example, whatever you want to pick. I think you will feel much better about your work as well. You know, the musicians will like it a lot, and also you will feel better in the rehearsals, better prepared. Gives you a good feeling about yourself. Anything else?
Yeah, me. I'm a guitar player, and from time to time I sing on the side, and now my lead singer wants me to sing more in front, so how do I manage that?
Yeah, well, you made one big mistake, right? You told him you'd take vocal lessons every then and again. It's like, oh, big mistake, big mistake. Why do you think he wants you to sing more? What do you think?
I don't know. It's too hard for him to sing alone.
Tell him to take vocal lessons.
Yeah,
First of all, no.
It sounds better with backing vocals.
Yeah, of course.
Things like that.
Always does, yeah. It always does sound good. How do you manage that? Well, you're playing guitar for a while. I think right now you have to practice your voice a little more if you want to do it. Do you want to do it? That's the question.
I don't know.
You don't know yet, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a difficult task to fulfill, both an instrument and vocals at the same time. Well, for a minute you have to put your guitar aside. You look at your voice. You train your voice a little bit. You talk to him. Maybe you want to rehearse with him just the voices, and then you try to combine it. And then you see how you go with that. You know, and then you really have to practice. Every time you do a band rehearsal, you have to practice both. To sing along with him. And you will see it will be difficult at the beginning, because you might come out of the rhythm, or you're just all over the place with your harmonies, And then you tell them, just give me some time. It is hard to add a second instrument to it. It takes some time. But do we know that too? Because I remember Jennifer trying to sing along with some, when she accompanies singers or she tried to practice her voice. And it's hard because one of the two instruments will lag, probably. You might not play as well or you might miss a key or two. However, it's a good thing to do because you know what? He will appreciate that you help him out, and you will really appreciate his work because you'll see sometimes how hard it is for a vocalist to be good out in front. So to fulfill both positions is very, very good because you learn. You might not be the perfect singer or you don't want to be standing out there in the spotlight and in the front, but he will appreciate it and you will learn a lot. So did that help you out a little bit, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're going back to our instruments, which is voice, guitar, keyboard, another piano player here, and drums. We're just going to have a nice afternoon and we're going to rehearse. Same to you. Have a great day, great evening, and keep on with the music. That was Green Horses in Munich.